Hello. I'm making this mainly because of the craterearth guy. God give Lamast, GODGEVLAMSTE. Now, he's worked out where these people came from. I've been looking for some way of seeing the other side of the ice wall because I knew that these people were so big that this tiny thing here could not have sustained them. They had to have come from somewhere bigger. And obviously you can't look up, so it had to be sideways. And when he posted his craterearth videos, I was like, oh yeah, definitely, this is where they come from. See, this is Russia and China. But that there, that is his eye and eyelashes. And his mouth, this is his nose, cheek, and that's his ear. Okay? So you can't tell me that you can't see that. You know, even his lips there, yeah? Yeah, sure, it's broken up a bit. So would you be if you'd been drowned. If you read the Maori creation story and the Chinese creation story, he would be your Pangu or Papatuanuku, Ranganui. Now, it wasn't just him, there was a her as well, he, she is. Right. Now that's her skin face. And when people drown, they get something called slippage, where the skin detaches itself from the skull. So here is her skull, right? See, this is the edge of her face where her ear would be there, but this, in actual fact, Lake Titicaca, is actually her ear. Now, that skin that's up there was originally on her face. And she was quite a pretty woman, really, wasn't she? As you would expect. That's an eye, that's her nose, obviously. If you put skin in water, it's gonna sort of fall apart a bit, but considering what she's been through, she's kind of stayed pretty much intact. And I'd say this here was hair. Wow. That's her nasal cavity, and that's her eyebrow. The other one would be around about here. Unfortunately, after the flood, she got kind of pulled apart a bit. These are her top teeth here. Just there. Those are her top teeth. Round about Angel Falls, I think. Now, this is her throat area. And Caribbean, if you look, is her bottom jaw. Do you see that? Those islands, Caribbean islands at the top there, they are her bottom teeth. So all those islands are teeth. And these are back teeth. So that Dominican Republic's a back tooth. This side, I think they're probably underwater. Oh yeah, speaking of teeth, there's also this little chappy here, which is the viper. That there is a snake. So I suppose you could call them Adam and Eve, and this is the snake. And these islands here are the snake's teeth. Yeah. Okay. And that's actually an eye there, and the other eye would be here. I think I need a different pointer. Right. Let's go on with the main lady's body, shall we? Right, so you've got her head here, yeah, there's her neck area. Coming down, these are the Great Lakes of America, and if you notice the shape of them, they're actually breast glands, breast tissue. And I'll tell you something else about her. At the time of death, she'd just given birth and she still had a baby inside her. Fact. Because I'm now coroner of the earth. I'm showing you the coroner of the earth, my little corner. Right, that's actually there. That's her heart, right? And on this bottom left-hand side, there's an area. I think it's called Fantasy Canyon. Well, boom. Internet. Yeah, Fantasy Canyon. And you can look this up. In a heart, there are little tiny bones. And gosh, can't think of the name of them. That's a Latin name. I did know, but I've forgotten just now. I should have made notes, really, shouldn't I? I might do this again, but this is just to give you a rough idea, basically. Yeah, coming down. Right, we've done the breast area. We've done her heart and lungs. These are lungs either side. And spine coming down. Interesting thing is that there's lots of depictions of a woman with wings. Now, that to me looks like wings. And this here would be the attachment to her back where the wings are. And there's also, if you go down here, right, this would have fallen off. It's a wing. I thought at first it was I thought it was one of her arms. So there's a shoulder blade there, and that's like the forearm. Down to the elbow, right, so. But then there's no hand. It's like a swan wing. And then you've got more evidence of feathering. Yeah? Right. Right, what else? Where did we go to? Sorry, missus. I don't know, maybe it could be. She was trying to protect her child, I think, maybe, possibly, because this is her child. This here is her child. This is Australia. I'll go back to her in a minute. And, right. That's the child's eyelashes here. Now, the child suffered the same problem as Mummy. The baby's face came off, all right? It slipped up from here to here. I'll show you that. And then you will see. You'll see clearly. That's the baby's face. eye, nose, mouth, and I'm pretty sure that's its tongue. I don't know, it's just very sad. Time of death must have been pretty sad for this child. So, as I say, that's its eye and eyelashes, which that's the skin up there. The actual eye itself with the eyelashes stayed intact there. There's its mouth, right, sort of suckling. Do you see that? And this is a hand. That's a hand, and you can make out the fingers and the thumb. Now, obviously this area is the heart area, and Aya's rock is part of its heart. It's not its whole heart, because it's, you know, if it was, it'd be a lot bigger than it is, and it's not. But that's most definitely its heart. It's feet here, toes, feet and toes are here, and that's its kind of rear end area. Really sad. A lot of this, I think, is afterbirth, although there's also there's a turtle in there. I'll get to that one later. Let's go back to Mummy, shall we? I don't want to tap a highlighted location in blue. Alright, back to Mummy. Like I said, she had 2 babies inside, right? So it's unfortunate that she's in such a mess. I think Greenland is her liver, and Iceland is her pancreas. I think that is actually her part of her colon. It's there's a kink in your colon, and the splenic kink. Yeah, that's the splenic kink. So this is the baby. This baby also got slippage, because like Mummy and brother or sister, the face slipped up, and there's eye, nose, chin. This one was a bit squashed up in the womb. Thing is, there's all sorts of other creatures on top of this child. This is an arm, and that's a thumb, and these are fingers that are bent backwards. Its feet are down here. So that's the Mediterranean, and that would be basically the amniotic sac. Now, there's something called the salt giant. Well, in my mind, the salt giant is in actual fact the amniotic sac casing. It would have a high quantity of salt after what it went through. Now, coming down to Egypt, and first of all, as you know, babies come out of birth canals. Well, the Suez Canal is actually, or was maybe, the Zeus Canal, because that baby Australia would have come down here. That's the Nile Delta is the waterworks. That's her the urinary tract, the Nile, and the Red Sea. This area here is what's called the lumens, Lumens. You come down through the vagina. There's bits of muscle there, muscle tissue, and Djibouti G-spot. Across the Arabian Peninsula, and you come to the anus, and this bit here is the sigmoid. So I'm assuming that's poo. However, oh no, I'll leave that for another video. I don't want to give you too much to blow your mind to start off with. Now, she got sort of torn apart a little bit, so the vagina followed this line here, and that's actually her opening, and then the baby came out here. I call it the VACHINA, the vagina. You know, they don't call things for nothing. And obviously, you know, the baby came out here and wound up here. Yeah, the turtle. This is the head of the turtle. That's its eye there. And that's its front leg. This is part of the shell. It's underneath her, so it would have died before she did. Maybe, possibly. Was it trying to eat the baby? Don't know. All these things we'll have to kind of wonder about, won't we? But here you are. So that's my first video to explain these two Nephilim who walked on the greater earth, because these two people, her and where's he gone? Him, were way too big to be sustained in such a tiny environment. They would have needed a much bigger space. And that's where they came from. They came from the much bigger space. But not the space as you think of it. You think of space as being up in the sky. It's not. It's just the other side of Antarctica. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know if you want to see more, and let me explain more to you. Give me some likes. Pass it around. That would be nice. Thank you.